What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, so I'm going to talk about the fact that I am now botting my account once again in wild format. Again, it is totally allowed for you to bot, battle helper, however you want to do it. The wild is where anything goes. So I will be botting my account. I'm using Archmage or an Archmage token, the same one that I used to use before, but I did get rid of it for a while as I was focused on playing Modern ever since the switch to Pro Human Modern came live. Now, to preface this video, I'm just going to say, I am not quitting Splinterlands. I'm not selling my assets. I still very much love the game. So for anybody who's going to try and think that that's what this video is about, it is not. Now, I do have particular issues that I want to cover. And while, I'm doing this for a very practical reason. It's a sad reason, but still, in my opinion, practical. When it comes down to it, it's been frustrating with the battle helpers. And I know it may not be battle helpers. Maybe I suck at the game. I know that I'm not the best there is, but I do have some anecdotal data. Simply when the battle helpers for Xbot were turned off, there was like a short period where they were turned off. I was able to make it to champion from Diamond 2 in less than a couple of days within the season. I think it was less than 5 days within the season. As you can see here recently, I am struggling. I have not been able to make it out of Diamond 2 this entire season. I'm hearing that battle helpers are much more prevalent now. Again, that's just hearsay, but that's the anecdotal data that I have for myself. So it's definitely been frustrating. And the way that I look at it is, well, I have an incomplete deck for Diamond. I could, and here's what I'm going to get into, what my options were when coming to this decision. Now, obviously, you know that I chose to bot in Diamond, or I'm sorry, I chose to bot my account in Wild, but the other options to me that were available were, okay, if I wanted to, I could have just rented out my cards. I talked about it for a while, just kind of taking a little break, renting out my cards, but I do want to continue collecting the reward cards while they are in print. I don't have anything maxed yet, and I want to continue earning chests for those throughout the season. So while renting would have been cool, the rental market also sucks right now. I mean, player activity, I should say, is relatively low, and therefore the rental market isn't as high as it used to be. So the returns there, which I would have used, right? Mind you, I would have taken all the returns from that and just bought more cards to level up my deck with over time. But since that's not what I necessarily want in terms of my overall goals, I want the reward cards right now. That's why I'm choosing to bot. Now, the other option was to not bot, but to go down a level, right? I could have gone down to gold, for example. And I did talk about this. I think I put a video out a while back saying like, hey, maybe I go down to gold. I'm much more competitive there. I don't even have a maxed gold deck, but all my summoners are maxed for gold. I have a lot of key cards that are all maxed for gold, and it would be much easier for me to compete. But the problem is with Untamed still in Modern format, when you are at the higher levels of any league, pretty much, right? Bronze, silver, all the way up through champion. When you're at the higher levels, you are inevitably going to run into a lot of those key meta Modern cards, Untamed cards, right? So your Kitty, your Llama, your Jotun. So at the end of the day, it still would be a little bit frustrating for me in terms of trying to play at those levels. And the good news is, if I want to do that, and I am considering doing that once Rebellion is out, Rebellion might be just around the corner with the team saying that they are trying to push for a 2023 release, at least as of the last town hall. We haven't heard anything else yet, but we'll see where things go. So that would have been the other option. But like I said, I just didn't want to bother dropping down to gold, getting less quality chests, and still running into the same frustration over and over. So I chose to bot in Wild. And here's the main reason. This is what I talk about from a practical perspective. At the end of the day, the only difference between Modern and Wild at this point, from an earnings perspective, or I should say from a rewards perspective, is SPS. The SPS pool in Modern is so much higher because there's less people dipping into it. Well, SPS is like a penny and a half, 1.6 cents. The difference in the pool size, right, how much I'd earn from one versus the other, it's a couple of SPS per battle. Now, sure, if SPS goes to $1, then maybe I'll regret that in the future. But right now, SPS is a couple of cents. So every day I'm missing out on I don't know, 10, 20 cents, depending on what my win rate is by not playing in Modern versus Wild. But that also depends on my win rate, right? So by going into Wild, I'm getting the benefit of an AI essentially playing for me. And hopefully you can see the AI is just doing phenomenal. Look at this. Look at all these wins right here. Fantastic. And you can see what my experience in Modern was like. I don't know when the last time I won. Oh, there, I won this battle. But besides that, it's been few and far between. So, the decision is not from an SPS standpoint, because what's more important to me right now are the reward cards. And so therefore, even if I'm earning less SPS per win, I'm still getting the same amount of reward shares, and therefore I can still continue to collect the same amount of reward chests and reward cards, potions, all the other stuff that necessarily comes out of chests. But either way, to me, that has more value as a player of the game and wanting to build my collection long term. I would rather do that than rent out my cards or play at a lower league and still kind of run into the same issues of maybe not being able to win as many battles as possible. So where does this go long term? Well, there's two things that are kind of on the horizon here. One, which I really don't know what's going to come first, right? But one, I mentioned already, Rebellion. If Rebellion were to come out at some point in the near future, then I would consider, right, going back. I mean, I definitely want to play, so don't get me wrong. I would consider going back into the mix of this and maybe leveling down, like I said before, whether it's silver, whether it's gold, and building up whatever key cards I need from Rebellion, and then playing in the Modern format with those new cards and with the new, with the new set essentially. And it'd be exciting because there'd be no more Llama, Kitty, Jotun. I wouldn't need to worry about those, but there'd be new combinations, and it would be really fun to learn and to play those, especially at the lower levels, and then work my way up over time. The other part is the passing of the Battle Helper terms of service. So if that does get implemented in any kind of meaningful way, then I'll probably come back and switch back over to Modern. Now, keep in mind, I have my bot set to play, let's see, how many... Oh, I guess there's 4 energy here. There shouldn't be 4 energy, but hopefully it'll use up some. I have it set to play all except for like 2 energy. So if you see me in Modern, it's because I miss it and I'm going to do, a couple games here and there. But I just couldn't be spending 24 energy a day and losing 20 battles. Like that just wasn't going to be sustainable. You can see here, I mean, before I would get 8 to 9, 10 chests some days, and now I'm struggling to get 2. So I would rather just, let the bot do its thing over the last couple of days of the season in Wild and build itself up, hopefully to, by the end of the season, hopefully it'll get to gold or maybe even low diamond. But the point is that I want more reward cards. This is the best solution for me to do so without pulling my hair out. So I know, is it the perfect situation? Absolutely not. No, I'm not necessarily proud of doing it this way because I want to play the game. I enjoy playing the game. And maybe I just do suck at it so that I can't enjoy it. Maybe I should go down to gold. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments. But at the end of the day, it's become less fun because of the fact that I feel as though I am going up against teams that are just completely optimized against me. And like I said, I only have that anecdotal data where the time period where Battle Helper was off, I made it to champ just like that. Diamond 2 to champ, I worked my way up and it was beautiful. But ever since it came back on and all the conversation is about Battle Helper and it being used, I'm just not going to participate. I'm just not going to participate because it's just too frustrating. It makes the game not fun. And at the end of the day, I want to have fun. I'm still playing my guild brawls because I love my guild. I love participating in that. I still want to jump into tournaments here and there. So obviously, renting never really would have been an option in that case unless the rental market was phenomenal. But ultimately, that's just kind of where I'm at with the game. So if you run into me in Modern, don't worry, it's still me. I'm not botting that. I can't bot that, right? And I'll still be doing battles here and there. But Wild is probably where my account will see the most action for the foreseeable future until we get more information on either the Battle Helper Terms of Service update or Rebellion. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I will catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.